Hello all, so this is the second tutorial of SR and BSR. Okay, so let me tell you the brief summary what we have learned so far. Okay, so we have seen that suppose this is my UE and this is my E node B. Okay, so if my UE doesn't have any PUSH resource, that is no PUSH resources are available. Okay, so in that case UE cannot send any uplink data. So if UE wants to send some new uplink data, so UE has to send scheduling request first on PUCCH channel, and in response to this message eNodeB will provide uplink grant or PUSH resources, you can say, and this PDCCH will have format DCI equals to 0. Okay, so PUSH resources are allocated to UE, okay, in terms of frequency and time domain. Okay, now UE will use same PUSH resource to send UL data, and eNodeB will acknowledge this thing on PHICH channel. Now the question is how UE will get this, how UE will get details of this PUCCH channel. Okay, so to start this thing, I would like to tell you the location of this PUCCH in time frequency domain. Okay, so this is the uplink grid. This is the first PRB, second PRB. Suppose our bandwidth is 20 megahertz. Okay, from here to here. Okay, and we all know 20 megahertz means 100 PRBs will be available. Okay, starting from PRB 0 to 99, correct? This is my 99th PRB. Okay, so always remember PUCCH are available at boundary of bandwidths. Okay, these all are the resources reserved for PUCCH. Okay, and the other PRBs are used for PUSH. Okay, now our question is how UE would know that I have to use this, but just a second, let me change the color. How UE will come to know that I have to use this particular PUCCH for sending the scheduling request. Okay, so we'll discuss about this thing. Okay, let me open a new page, just a second. Okay, so to provide the configuration and periodicity of PUCCH, means providing these details of PUCCH is the responsibility of RRC layer. Okay, so and during initial attach procedure, these details are provided in a message RRC connection setup. Okay, so let's read this thing. The timing and physical control channel configuration for SR transmission can be configured in higher layer signaling message. This example RC connection setup. Okay, so in this message there are three important information elements, these three. Okay, and with the help of these three information elements, you will come to know that yeah, I have to use this particular PUCCH resource if I want to send scheduling request. Okay, so let me note these parameters. First one is, so if UE will decode this RC connection setup, you will find out these three information elements, that is SR, PUCCH, resource index. Next one is SR config index. SR stands for scheduling request here. And the third one is DSR transmax. DSR stands for dynamic scheduling request. Okay, let's read these parameters one by one. Okay, so SR PUCCH resource index indicates the UE with the frequency domain resources. Okay, okay, so frequency domain resources for PUCCH. Okay, and this SR config index determines the time domain resources of PUCCH. Okay, so time domain resources for PUCCH. So to understand this thing, let's look at this time frequency grid. So suppose during initial attach procedure, this is my UE, this is the node B. In RRC connection setup, those two parameters, that is SR PUCCH resource index and SR config index, are provided to UE by network. Okay, so this parameter will tell which frequency domain UE has to use. So it might be this frequency domain, right? This. Okay, this is the frequency domain. This detail is provided by this parameter, and this time duration. This is the time duration. So this time duration is provided by this parameter SR config index. Okay, so you will decode the RRC connection setup and get these details. Okay, now you will come to know, yeah, I have to use this PUCCH resource. Okay, if I want to send something, if I want to send scheduling request to eNode B on this particular PUCCH. Okay, and the next thing is that this DSR transmax. Okay, so to understand this thing, so suppose this is my UE and this is my eNode B. Okay, so with the help of these two parameters, you decided that I am going to send SR on this PUCCH resource, this one. Okay, so suppose eNode B failed to decode this scheduling request, or eNode B doesn't receive this scheduling request on PUCCH. In that case, this UE will again send this scheduling request, and let's say again this eNode B is not able to receive this scheduling request, then eNode B will again UE will again send the scheduling request. Okay, so UE will send these scheduling requests again and again till this parameter. value of this parameter is set to let's say 25. So UE can send 25 scheduling request to E node B, and if still E node B is failed to decode the scheduling request, then you will start RACH procedure. Okay, with the help of RACH procedure it will get the uplink grant. Okay, fine. Let's understand this thing with the help of an example. Actually here they have provided a calculator to get the periodicity and all these things. Okay, so this is SR config index. Okay, so this is this SR config index. This is denoted by ISR. Okay, so suppose this is my UE and this is my E node B. In RRC connection setup, the value of ISR provided to UE is, let's say this is 4. Okay, and always remember the value of ISR, that is this config index, varies from 0 to 157. This is defined in 3GPP, starting from 0 to 157. This is the value or range of ISR. So in our case, let's say ISR is set to 4. Okay, so you will read this ISR value. Okay, and for this row the periodicity is 5. Okay, periodicity is of 5 millisecond. Okay, and this is the calculator actually, so let's put the value 4 here and calculate the details. Okay, and this is the subframe offset. Okay, an offset SR. Okay, so offset means from where UE has to start all these things, means the first PUCCH that UE is going to send at which subframe. Okay, so for this case, when ISR is equal to 4, I offset is also 4. Okay, it means UE has to use 4th subframe if UE wants to send PUCCH. Okay, so here the complete table will come, right? So at SFN 0, UE will send, or UE could send scheduling request at subframe 4. Okay, and after 5 millisecond, again UE could send scheduling request at subframe 9 of same SFN. Okay, let me draw it here so that you'll be able to understand all these things easily. Okay, so this is my SFN 0. Okay, in LT system frame there are 10 subframe, right? 0, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so with all this configuration we have find out the periodicity and offset, that is 4th subframe. So 4th subframe is this one. Okay, so here UE can send the scheduling request. Okay, and if UE was not able to send the scheduling request at this subframe, then the periodicity is of 5 millisecond. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so after 5 millisecond UE could send scheduling request at this subframe. Okay, means at 4th subframe or 9th subframe of SFN 0. scheduling request could be sent by UE. So same thing they have mentioned here. Again, in next subframe, after 5 millisecond, it could again send scheduling request. Again, means it will go like this. Okay, with periodicity of 5 millisecond, UE can send scheduling request. Okay. Okay, so I hope it gives you a clear idea, means how you will decide which PUCCH I have to use if I want to send scheduling request. Okay. Now we have to discuss about formats to be used in LTE for PUCCH. So there are format 1. Okay, format 1 is used only for sending scheduling requests. Okay, so on Google the table is available. Okay, so format 1, PUCCH format 1 is only used for scheduling request. Okay, format 1A is also there. So if along with scheduling requests, if UE wants to send HARC, ACK or NAC, then you can use format 1A. And if there are 2 HARC, then it can send SR plus 2 HARC. Okay, and with format 2 cannot be used for scheduling requests. It is used for sending channel status information like CQI, PMI, RI. Again, HARC acknowledgement could be there. Okay, similarly format 2A, CSI plus 1 HARC. Okay, like this. So these are the available formats defined in 3GPP. So in last tutorial I have shown you a log, right, UE log. So there they have used, let me cross check. So PUCCH here, so SR equal to 1, see format 1 has been used right here, format 1, SR equal to 1. Okay, so format 1 they have used to send scheduling request. Okay, so in next tutorial we will cover the buffer status report. Okay, thank you.